Hi, I'm Rick Rollins, and this is Going Places. Don't you want to come along? Let's go. Hi, it's Rick Rollins, and welcome to this edition of Going Places. As you recover from your turkey hangover, have we got a show planned just for you? Take a look. Wine Tasting 101 with Jen from Cruise. We'll feed the adult manatees, and we'll let Jeffrey do it from Zoo Tampa. It's the Thanksgiving Movie Roundup from Alicia Stanford. But first up, when Kevin Morrow moved to the Tampa Bay area from Chicago, he brought something with him: his love for Chicago stepping. Since being in the Bay Area, he's taught over 500 students how to step and swing. His meticulous nature and his patience make him a perfect instructor for our own first-timer, Kathy Times. To the dance floor we go.
Dance instructor Kevin Morrow says Chicago-style stepping filled a void in his heart. Well, how did stepping change your life? Tell me the story.
Wow. Well, it actually started with a divorce. That's where it started. Was going through a divorce, and was coming home every day to the big house, and I had a rabbit. So it was me and the rabbit.
That was Morrow's routine in 2001 in Chicago, until one day friends invited him to get out of the house.
Come out. Let's go out. Have a drink. Well, I don't drink, but you know I can drink. I drink orange juice or something. I said, okay, I'll get out. So I went out, and when I went to a stepping event, and I have not stopped stepping since. I had such a good time that night. It was like stepping into a different world.
In 2006, Morrow relocated to Tampa for work, and it didn't take him long to meet an instructor who taught Chicago-style stepping. After assisting that instructor in Orlando, Morrow branched out on his own, started teaching his classes in Brandon and stepping at events. How many lessons does it take for you to really be able to step?
Well, once again, it depends on the individual. You know, I've seen people come in, maybe do it in 3 or 4 lessons, and then you find that people, once they get the bug, they come around. I got people that have been coming to my classes for 4 to 5 years.
Morrow made my first attempt at learning the Chicago-style steps pretty easy. The first lesson that he taught my dance partner and me was to listen to music and count 8 beats to learn the 8 basic movements of stepping. Once we mastered the count, Morrow helped us line up our feet with the count.
Okay, we go. 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Let's do it again.
Once I nailed the first steps, Morrow brings in my partner to get him up to speed.
Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the improvement here. 4.
Then he teaches me how to follow his lead.
4, 7, 8. 1, 4, 7, 8.
You'll find Morrow assisting a new Chicago stepping class in Tampa on Thursday evenings from 6 until 8 p.m. He teaches his class in Riverview at Flow Fitness Dance Studio on Saturdays from 4 to 6 p.m. You don't need a partner to enjoy the stepping classes here. In fact, Kevin says when you come first, you'll learn those steps in the first lessons. And initially, a lot of people bring a partner with them or they meet someone here.
Good exercise. It's a good networking program, process, whatever you want to call it. I've got a circle of friends that's, you know, is unreal. You know, and it made things a lot easier for me being new to Tampa. You know, when I get to stepping, when I'm out on that floor, I'm in my zone. And I just forget about everything, you know, for that particular moment, you know, or that while I'm out.
You guys were amazing. Kathy, great job. Kevin, the greatest teacher I know. When we come back, we taste a little wine and feed the manatees. Not together, but you'll see what I mean when Going Places continues right after this.
Hi, I'm Arlene. Welcome to Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. What's your coffee saying? Whether in for business or just getting away, let Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks be a part of your day. Life is moving, visible with color, sound, and community. Enjoy a cup of coffee at Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. Enjoy life one cup at a time.
Welcome back to this edition of Going Places. Our own Jeffrey Huggins is at it again. He's back at Zoo Tampa, this time feeding the adult manatees. I told you we're going to call him Dr. Doolittle before it's over with. Take it away, Jeffrey.
Thank you, Rick. We're back at Zoo Tampa today. We're going to be feeding the adult manatees. We're going to be packing in their enrichments and getting them on their way.
So we're going to now feed our adult manatees. We are going to take our PVC feeders. They're just long tubes. We're going to fill them with a variety of lettuce types that we have up here, and they're connected to a dive weight. So as we're feeding, we're going to submerge that tube under the water column, and that really acts how manatees forage in the wild.
Okay.
They'll eat from vegetation that grows from the bottom up, as well as some floating vegetation. So we might throw a few heads on the surface as well to mimic both ways that they could eat.
Gotcha. And so when we were down in the manatee tunnel, we saw them feeding off of some of those. Some of those shots are going to be showing what we've done here.
Correct. And so it's
Awesome.
all the way we like to feed, because again, it allows us not to interact with our manatees at all. We have long poles that we can retrieve the tubes to refill.
Yep.
And we can really just help them mimic how they would eat in the wild. We're gonna open our box of lettuce. Again, all of our lettuce comes fresh every day.
Wow, yeah, look at that.
You'd get at a restaurant. It's
Right.
quality lettuce.
Yeah, one of these feeds my family for the week, so.
24 heads, yeah.
Wow.
This is gonna last the manatee just a few minutes.
Okay.
So we're gonna take a head of lettuce.
Gotcha.
And you're just gonna want to kind of push it down in that
Oh,
PVC
I see.
pipe.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, see, I would have just stuck them in that way, which means, you know, I would have gotten it wrong. So, I see. Okay,
So
you
yeah,
just
so
kind
we
of
can
grab it.
Yep, just kind of grab
You
it.
really give it a shove there, don't you?
Do.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
A lot of practice I've had.
Yeah.
Several years.
So that is really, boy, look at that. It's like a little planter.
It's a nice salad bar.
Yeah.
Underwater salad bar.
Yeah, this is high quality stuff right here. You know, I'm not like a salad connoisseur, but I will tell you, that's good quality stuff.
So we have this filled. So now, like I said, it's hooked to a weight.
Okay.
So I usually just kind of watch out where the manatees are, and then I'm
Sure.
just going to lower it down, and it will slowly sink on its own.
Wow, look at that.
and then manatees can come over and forage on it.
That is amazing. Okay, so now so you feed the babies every 4 hours. You do this with this enrichment is how many times a day?
So this is throughout the day. Our team starts feeding our manatee pools, besides the calves. We start at about 7 a.m. and go to about 6 p.m.
Wow.
So this is just still their AM diet, and then we'll bring out a PM diet. So
wow.
This pool alone behind us with these 7 manatees in here, they're eating about 600 pounds of food a day.
Wow.
The animals that are in here, and that's all based on weight. Our totals, as you can imagine, vary daily, just because we're always on call to accept manatees. And currently, we have 18 patients at our hospital.
Gotcha.
All right.
All right, I exhausted that box.
That one is great.
Okay.
I'm gonna move this down the line.
All right, that's one that I filled. Look at that. It's going in. I don't know why, but I like watching it sink.
Very satisfying.
Right? So, thank you so much, Jamie, for working with us today and letting us be a part of it. What's something that we can leave with our viewers about manatee safety?
Yeah, thank you for asking. For manatees, if you're ever out along the waterway, as we usually are this time of year and throughout the year here in Florida, to always just, be cognizant that manatees are in the water or could be in the water with you. If you're driving along some murkier water, if you can wear polarized glasses, that can help you see into the water. Watch out for kind of always having a spotter on your boat to watch out for maybe nares or a nose kind of breaking the plane of the surface of the water, manatee taking a breath. You can also, if you see a manatee, just observe at a distance. You never want to approach a manatee or kind of harass a manatee. They are a protected species and we don't want them to get separated, especially mom and calf. Also, a great thing to know is if you ever see a manatee that you think is in distress, whether you see an animal that is super small, like our manatee calves by itself, or you see an animal that may have some watercraft injuries or open wounds, you can always call Florida Fish and Wildlife at 1-888-404-FWCC. And there's branches all around the state of Florida. They can go out and deem whether that manatee needs medical attention, and then if it does, bring it into one of our hospitals.
That's awesome. Thank you, and thank you for sharing the number. We'll make sure we get that on the screen for the viewers. And again, Jamie, thank you so much for having us here today. What an awesome day at the Critical Care Center, helping manatees, saving their lives. Back to you, Rick. Now, I'm going to do something here. Is this all washed?
No, it just comes right out of the package. So sometimes we'll have to wash it.
Is it risky if I take a bite? Because I'd like to see how that tastes.
It's quality lettuce.
It's quality lettuce. So here, check this out.
You can rinse it as well.
That's good. Now, again, I'm not going to eat 150 pounds of this, but that's very tasty. Okay. Oh, that is very good. Okay. Now, we're okay putting that back into the...
No, we won't.
No.
We'll just, you can just set it
I'm going
up.
to set that there. That's snack for later.
Now see, this is why we let Jeffrey do it every single time. Great job, my friend. When we come back, Wine Tasting 101 as Going Places continues right after this. So that's what real style looks like. Ricardo's West Shore Plaza.
Hi, I'm Arlene. Welcome to Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. What's your coffee saying? Whether in for business or just getting away, let Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks be a part of your day. Life is moving, visible with color, sound, and community. Enjoy a cup of coffee at Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. Enjoy life one cup at a time.
Welcome back to this edition of Going Places. The holidays are upon us, and I'm sure you're picking out a favorite wine for that favorite host or hostess. But before you go, there's something you should know: how to taste the wine. Class is now in session. Take it away, Jen.
Hey Rick, it's Jen from Crew again. We're in the wine cellar at our West Shore Marina location, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about some things you can do when you open the bottle when you're tasting the wine. So the first thing, you pour it and smell it. Sometimes people are worried about the wine being corked, and to know that, it would just kind of smell like wet cardboard. So it doesn't happen very often, but it's something to kind of know. You can swirl it, but swirling and looking at the legs doesn't really tell you that much about the wine. It can indicate alcohol level, like the slower that the legs are moving, the higher the alcohol. But that's all relative, so it's not a super important aspect of the wine. Kind of getting your nose in there. If you want to sound smart at a wine party or at a party in general, just kind of think about, what am I smelling? In a red wine, are you smelling more red fruits or more black fruits? And red fruits would be like more strawberry, raspberry, or are you smelling more black fruits like blackberry or cassis? So that's an easy way to kind of like ask yourself, what am I smelling here? Which one is more prominent? Because usually a wine's going to have one or the other. Some have both, but we don't have to get too complicated today. And then with a white wine, you can smell it and say, am I smelling more like tree fruits like apple pear? Am I smelling more citrus like lemon lime? That's very Sauvignon Blanc. Or more tropical fruits like pineapple. So that's kind of like a cheat, and maybe you smell a little bit of both, but that kind of like ask yourself those questions, and then you can kind of come up with those answers. The other thing you can be looking for is like earthy tones, so like mushrooms or wet leaves, stuff like that. And then on the palate, when you drink it, you're really just confirming what you smelled on the nose. Most of what the flavors you get in the wine are on the nose. On the palate, you're really assessing like the acidity, is it high, medium, low, the alcohol, the tannins. So you're kind of bringing it all together. And something you can think about is the wine balanced. Is everything kind of like smooth and kind of coming all together for you? And then the last thing is the finish. Like, how long does it last in your mouth after you drink it? And that can be an indication of quality. Does it kind of just drop off, or is it kind of lingering with you for a long time? So those are some tips. I think if you can sound smart at your next wine party, cheers to that. You know, wine doesn't have to be intimidating. It's super fun.
No, there will be no extra credit. Your quiz is over. Hopefully, you'll pick out the perfect wine for the perfect occasion. More Going Places continues right after this.
Hi, I'm Arlene. Welcome to Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. What's your coffee saying? Whether in for business or just getting away, let Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks be a part of your day. A place for you to come and share thoughts and spirit through a cup of coffee. Come and enjoy with us here at Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. Enjoy life one cup at a time.
I'm Alicia Stanford. Let's go to the movies. Between football games and shopping, there are still lots of films to check out over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend and beyond.
We gotta get out of here! We must protect our home. We must protect our family. Mirabelle lives in a magical house with a magical family, but it's all starting to fall apart. The young girl decides it's up to her to find out the cause and try to fix it. This Disney film is one the whole family can enjoy. Bonus, Lin-Manuel Miranda wrote the music. You can see Encanto in theaters or on the Disney Plus streaming app.
Call it fate. Call it luck. Call it karma.
But who you gonna really call? Ghostbusters Afterlife picks up several decades after the intrepid boys in beige took on the chaos-causing ghouls at the Big Apple. Now the grandchildren of Harold Ramis's Egon are discovering their legacy. Seems Grant's retired to a small town in the middle of nowhere, but it's right in the middle of Ghost Central. Paul Redmond, McKenna Grace, and Finn Wolfhard star in this next-generation adventure.
3 days. That's it.
Christmas holidays with the family can be awkward. That's the case for Kristen Stewart's Princess Diana in Spencer. The royal family is spending time at their estate in Sandringham, and it's at a time when Diana's marriage to Charles is on the fritz, and they're not sure what to do about it.
You have to be able to do things you hate.
You hate?
There has to be 2 of you. There's the real one and the one they take pictures of. Diana, for the good of the country.
It's the country.
Kristen Stewart is receiving raves for her performance as the late princess, and the film has earned accolades at top film festivals around the world.
They're not going to Wimbledon like this. Not with you and me on those raggedy courts.
We just got to stick to the plan. We got champions in the other room.
King Richard takes us along for the ride as Venus and Serena Williams travel the road to roaring success on the courts. The tennis courts, that is. Will Smith stars in this biopic as Richard Williams, the dad who taught his daughters to dream big and work hard. There's Oscar buzz in the wind already for Smith. King Richard is available in theaters and on the HBO Max streaming app.
This is not a woman's game. Remember that.
Oh yeah? Well, speaking of
Time to take out the trash.
Men in House of Gucci. This film is based on a true story of greed, ambition, scandal, fashion, and murder. Including in the all-star cast are Oscar winners Al Pacino, Jeremy Irons, and Jared Leto, as well as Adam Driver and Salma Hayek.
Hey, babe, I should be back in a day or 2. Hang on a second. Things have gotten more complicated.
A Quiet Family Christmas in Manhattan is canceled as Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye is called into action. With the family safe away, Hawkeye can look for the bad guys, and when he does, he runs into an unexpected ally, Kate, played by Haley Steinfeld. Will these two be able to wrap up this holiday adventure with a bow? We'll find out. Hawkeye is a limited release series, and new episodes are available each week on Disney+.
Naomi, we have to do something quick or this company is gonna fold.
The countdown is on, not only for the Christmas holiday, but for a family's future in A Holiday Chance. The Chance family's once successful media empire is on the verge of collapse. Will they be able to come together to save it? Nafessa Williams, Sharon Leal, and Richard Lawson star in this family drama.
Here's hoping your season is off to a very merry and bright start. I'm Alicia Stanford, and that's what's going on at the movies.
Ho, 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 and some mistletoe. Don't go anywhere. Elizabeth Carson Recker tells us about a community event that you can help with right after this. So that's what real style looks like. Ricardo's West Shore Plaza.
Hi, I'm Arlene. Welcome to Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. What's your coffee saying? Whether in for business or just getting away, let Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks be a part of your day. A place for you to come and share thoughts and spirit through a cup of coffee. Come and enjoy with us here at Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. Coffee Speaks and Tea Talks. Enjoy life one cup at a time.
Welcome back to this edition of Going Places. One of the things that I love is supporting my friends. And this is one of my sister friends that I love. Welcome to Going Places, Elizabeth Carson Racker.
Well, hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Thanks for taking time to do this. I know you got a lot of stuff, but I thought that this morning we should talk about what this project that you're working on that I just think is really cool and really noteworthy. So why don't you tell the people about the project?
Okay. So as you know, Queens is Queens Fabric and Designs, and we're partnering with Gifting the Joy Christmas. And what Gifting the Joy Christmas is bringing business with families and linking together in a friendly game of trimming a tree. We are doing a small competition as businesses will come out and trim the Christmas tree.
Friendly competition.
Yes, it's the holiday.
Not with this one. This thing better be rigged and I better win. That's all I got.
Really, Rick? Really?
Yeah, really.
Really. You already have one leg up with your interior design aspect side to you. You have many sides, and that's one of them. It's for the families. It's for the families. They are going to receive a tree. You're going to find trimmings. You're going to have lights, bulbs, anything imaginable that is involved with trimming a tree, and some things for the home. And we're also providing gifts and food for the Christmas dinner. So it's all about the families. Queens Fabric and Designs here in North Tampa. It's 14902 North Florida Avenue, Tampa, Florida 33613. All the social medias, ECR Designs on Instagram, and just Elizabeth Carson Racker on Facebook. Email address is Elizabeth Racker, RACKER @gmail.com. And my phone number is 813-454-8413.
Well, Queen, you know I'm excited about this. Like I said, every community needs a Christmas angel, and they have one in you. Thanks for joining us, Liz.
Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us for this edition of Going Places. It's always a pleasure having you ride passenger and shotgun with me. Until next time, remember this, we're going places, and we'd love for you to come along. Take care.